actually, that's probably a little early. Hello, welcome back. We're going to do another CC playthrough. We're going to do Harleen Enchantress G.C. by Mr. SirLeOssi. Oh, sorry. We're closing out the last one. Drop that in here. Alright. We're going to hit that. Actually, I might pause quickly. Actually, we'll kick the music back off. There we go. Let me check the notes on this. I feel like I need a glass of water, so we'll go grab one of those real quick. No notes on this one, so I guess we will play it from the back tees and pick a pin. All right. Sorry, I will be back in just a sec. We're gonna get some water. Should have done that between videos, but it's fine. I kind of forgot, so we'll be back in a second. Alright, we're back. Sorry about that. We've been talking through the last two videos, and just as I had hit play for this one, I kind of realized, like, man, my throat's getting really dry. I should get some water. Anyway. Alright. Well, I see we have another kind of Swiss one. Again, definitely on the kind of dramatic side of the lighting. I think this one pulls it off better than Mergri did. I definitely framed really nicely off the tee here. Yeah, this looks really nice. I'm all in on this one so far. I like the sailboat. I'm sure those exist some, like I'm sure there's mountain areas with sailboats. It always feels like a little out of place for me, but that's, it's not really like a technical issue or anything. Wes, what's up? I like how you did the your kind of like your short opening par 5. Like it's very gettable, like. Even I hitting the short clubs is, like have a reachable or a doable second shot, but you make up for that by just having kind of a tough little green to hold. So, you're giving people an easy handshake while it's still being like strategically interesting. Alright. Oh yeah, I should do the normal disclaimer of like things I say in this video are just my opinion and they should be treated as that, an opinion. It's take it or leave it. Yeah, and speaking of which, this is you have this long narrow pond where it's probably just easier to walk around it. And you have this big, long, winding bridge around it, which there's nothing wrong with it. It just feels funny to me. It's just like this big, massive, windy bridge that doesn't make a whole lot of like logistical sense. Matt, do you think judges will ding you for making a complete circular front-to-back sloping green on your Muni Parkland course? Probably a little. Is this a CC course you're working on? Like, yes, all bridges all the time. Gotcha. Yeah, like it definitely depends on like the length of the shot you're hitting into it and stuff like that, but like, yeah, there's not a lot of situations I can think of where a front to back circle green is the most interesting green that you could build on a hole. Like, you know, as usual, use your best judgment. Oh god, we're gonna hit some bad shots today. Fair enough. Hey man, like, you know, it's not something anyone's gonna ding you for on judging notes. This is just my take from you know, admittedly you know, maybe kind of that engineering background of just looking at infrastructure going, well, that doesn't make sense. Especially on kind of a, like, I wouldn't call this a fantasy course, but maybe kind of like a fantasy adjacent setting, you know, very, very wild and dramatic. So it's like, yeah, maybe, you know, maybe use some suspension of disbelief on the infrastructure around this course. All right. But yeah, I like the planting's really good throughout. The holes are framed very well. Like, there's really not any, what do you want to call it? There's really no, like, technical missteps on this course so far. Alright, so we have kind of like a short, interesting par 3 here, kind of uphill a fair ways. Bunker short left and pond long right. Alright. Yeah, like, definitely a kind of penal-ish golf hole, but also it's a short 3, so like I feel like, you know, there's an appropriate amount of you know, like, you're giving the player an easy shot, so, you know, or at least like a shorter shot. That's not necessarily easy. You can make it tough by making it small, but you know, like, I think that, like, it's a perfectly good way to, I see we've done the raise the plot trick. Which, again, if this is like a weird mountaintop lake, it kind of makes the boat seem even funnier. Of like, who got a boat up here and why? Again, that's not something that has nothing to do with the golf course whatsoever. But it's, you know, I'm gonna notice that because I'm weird. Are you saying this one is not a good CC course, SirLeOssi? Because honestly, I think it plays just fine for CC. I mean, I'm only 5 holes in, but I think you've kind of nailed the difficulty here. Hey Adam, how's it going? Yeah, I was gonna say out of the last handful of courses that I've played, I think you've done a better job of hitting the, like, again, admittedly, like, there's a wide range of CC difficulties, that sort of stuff, blah blah blah. Like, you know, you can make a harder course and it'll play great on CC because that's kind of what they were going for that week, that sort of stuff. But, like, just in terms of, like, general CC difficulty, like, something that's approachable but interesting and fun, like, I think you've kind of hit the, you know, you've hit the mark pretty darn well on this one. Let's see. Or at the very least, I should say, like, I feel like you've hit something solidly in the middle of that CC range, whereas a lot of a lot of the other courses I've played kind of hit more on the fringes of that range. Let's see. All right, downhill. Yeah, like again, hey, it's a perfectly reachable 4. Like, you know, like this is a birdie eagle opportunity that pretty much everyone should be able to hit. And yet I'm sitting here going like, is this a good idea? And we hit a bad one, so it's not. Let me see. I'm gonna go back to the tee because I want to try this shot again. This is just, again, it's that whole thing of, hey, it's a CC course and, you know, here's an eagle/birdie opportunity just waiting for you. But it's not a pushover either. Yeah, like, you know, if I pulled that shot off, we're gonna have, you know, like potential eagle chip, like easy kick and birdie. I was like, nope, we're gonna take a 5 on that because we took on the stupid shot and we missed. Well, that's terrifying. Yeah, maybe, I'm saying, stay safe. You know, maybe prioritize other things over this stream. All right, yeah, okay. So this is the one where I look at this and go, okay, this, like, 500 yards uphill is a big ask for any level, especially CC. So this might be the one hole where it's like, yeah, this is more a reachable 5 than it is a long 4 for CC. Are you talking about my golf outing? I wasn't out playing in it. I just happened to be at a league outing when a you know, potential tornado rolled through my home. It's not like I knew that was gonna happen. I just happened to be somewhere else at the time. Well, no, I wasn't. We had a league outing scheduled for when that was supposed to roll through. So, like, we made it one hole, saw lightning in the distance, and then went, nope, packed it up, and hung out in the clubhouse for an hour until it rolled through. And then it was fine, and then we played afterwards. Like, the actual tornado part of that was not coming anywhere near us. We just got the line to thunderstorms. And really, it thundered for like 10 minutes, and then it rained for 40 minutes, and that was it. Yeah, I was gonna say, we were in the tornado warning path, but I don't think there is... I'm not sure anything touched down, or like... If it did, it wasn't anywhere near me, because I haven't seen any real signs of damage anywhere. Alright, let's see. Yeah, I was gonna say, so the first couple holes you nailed it, and now we're just getting pounded with all of the long par 4s. This one feels a lot more doable than the last one, though. Like, you know, it's an appropriate difficulty. And I don't, like... You can absolutely have, like, a 500-yard par 4 on a CC course. Like, you know, having one hard hole is not a disqualifier by any means. It's just, like, it's right on the edge of what's doable for CC. And it's, you know, like, again, like, you have one of them as, like, a par 4.5. But you don't want to, like, pound them over the head with those either. There you go. So that's, like, Columbia. All right. Yeah, again, this one's like, it is significantly downhill, so it's not gonna play as severe, but like the green's also a little, you know, a little tough for something that you're hitting from 220. Yeah, no worries. Anyway, here's a question: how long does this play? I didn't actually. Hold on. Sorry, never mind. I can do that from the menu scorecard. What's the yardage? Okay, so 7,300, which is, yeah, that's a little on the long side for CC, but actually, the green tees, like yardage wise, that's probably perfect for CC. So it's like, if it was gonna get on CC, that's probably what they're playing. Or it's like, yeah, from those tees, you're probably, you know, it probably suits CC really well. Because you're really not far off. It's just a couple holes. Like, this middle stretch plays very long. This one, you said this one just got approved? Like, it wasn't rated tour worthy? I mean, being honest, I don't understand why this would have gotten that rating. I think this feels pretty easily tour worthy to me. Yeah, maybe I'll hop in and look at that one. This feels like, I don't know, like I'll talk to whoever reviewed that just to kind of get a second opinion or to get their opinion on it, because I'm looking at this going like, I see zero reason that this shouldn't host a tour event. Like, it's really well done and it plays perfectly fine. Like yeah, we might have to move up to the green tees before it really falls in that CC difficulty range, but like yeah, it should fit perfectly there. Yeah, I'm with you, Viking. I think, like, I don't see any reason that this isn't tour worthy, in my opinion. Like, I might just make the command decision and say, yeah, I would like to give this tour worthy because I think it should have a shot at hosting an event. Like, I would be perfectly fine playing this course, and it definitely has the quality to justify that. Oh. Like, my only real complaint so far is just that it's like, it kind of, like, the yardage isn't that long, and honestly, like, there's so many downhill tee shots that it probably plays even shorter than the card yardage. Because it's like, there's been a lot of significantly downhill holes. I don't think there's been any real significantly uphill ones. So it's, you know, like, it's not even like that overly long. But anyway, sorry, I think the point I was making is like, yeah, it kind of hits you over the head in the middle with its difficulty. Like, admittedly, like, I haven't played the closing stretch yet, but it started off very friendly, and then the whole middle stretch got very hard, and it's kind of eased up on me a little bit. I felt like, yeah, it probably makes more sense to spread the difficulty out a little bit over the round. Like, I'm all for having a tough stretch, but it was just kind of like 6 holes in a row is a really tough stretch. It gets a bit, you know. I mean, honestly, like, I'm right there with you in that I don't know why someone didn't. Okay, this is, like, it's not a bad golf hole, but it's like, this isn't a CC hole. That's, oh god, and we're gonna be down in there. That's, I think I hit a decent drive, and I'm hitting like 3 wood to this tiny green. Oh, it's a double green hole. Okay. Oh, and the other one's over there. Oh. Yeah, like, I don't mind the smaller greens. This is the only one. It's just, it's the size of the green and it being on a massive cliff for a shot this long. Like, if it was open to the right here, and these, like, this T stuff wasn't here, I think this shot's fine. It's just kind of like, I feel like I need the option to bail out right if I just don't have it. But this is, I dig this as a double green hole. Yeah, it's just like a 500-yard uphill par 4 probably isn't, like, I really dig the 2 green sites you picked. It's just that the length of this hole really isn't that conducive to a double green, I don't think. Because if you're going with 2 smaller greens, then it's like, then your targets get kind of unreasonably small. Like, yeah, it's a 4. That's the thing. Like, as a gettable 5, it works a little better as well, but yeah, like, Pat, I think, like, if you made that a gettable 5 and you opened up a little bailout area to the right for that right green, then you kind of nailed it. It was just like, the difficulty gets a little hard for what you were going for there. Exactly. Yeah, I think, like, a little bailout area to the right. I think the left green, it has some room for you to miss, so there's not really that issue doesn't really exist on that hole. It's just that, or on that green, it's just the right one that gets a little terrifying for 3 wood into a par 4. I think it's like, oh yeah, make that shot optional. Like, that should be a 5 with, like, a, you know, with some kind of safe layup option. If that's what you did with the hole, then you absolutely nailed it. Like, then that's just a memorable, awesome hole. I mean, it's still memorable, it's still interesting, it's just kind of in that weird difficulty range. Before you end this round, please tell me why hole 18 should be the hardest on the course. I mean, I don't believe that the 18th should be the hardest on the course. Like, there's plenty of great courses where the 18th isn't the hardest. Like, I don't think there's any reason that it should be. No worries. Are you is this the #1 handicap hole? Damn it, is there some way I can check that? I don't see it in any of the menus. Oh, you're saying that this is I have no idea, other than, especially with some of the brutish par 3s you've put on this one. The only thing I can think of is, like, the slopey green and water in play, and all, like, both on your tee shot and your approach, but that's all I can think of. Hey, there we go. Actually, Viking, the holes do get handicaps, like, basically from the beginning. Now, I guess I should say the caveat there is, if you've just published this and you only have a handful of, like, handicap plays, it basically just ranks them in order from, like, you know, the highest, I think, like, the hardest to easiest, just in terms of the scores of people who played it. So, like, you can have 10 rounds on a course and it'll get, oh, but there's 3,500 plays on it, so I have no idea why. Never mind. It's not gonna be like a statistical oddity of only having a few plays. That's just how it is, and that makes no sense. I have no clue. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I mean, that's, like, I had a blast. Like, it's a really solid course. Like, I mean, I don't have any, like, all the technical stuff you absolutely nailed. Like, it's, like, the construction of it is great. Like, the setting is great. Like, you did a lot of stuff really well. And I think the only things you kinda, like, there's a couple hiccups in terms of just holes with an odd level of difficulty on them that, you know, it might be a little bit of a stretch for CC, but, like, also if you played it up from the green tees, like, that's probably fine. So, like, yeah, it's like, yeah, it's probably not getting, like, full marks in terms of difficulty for the contest, but, like, it's one of those where it's like, yeah, just because you didn't, like, specify what tees that we would play from, like, I don't know, again, I don't really know how that works. I figure it's like we just kind of default to the back tees if you don't specify. Like, if you had specified, like, hey, play the green tees, this probably is way better for CC from there. So it's like, it might take a point or two hit in terms of, like, hitting the difficulty target, but there's also probably a really good CC course in there. You just have to change the settings a little bit. But yeah, anyway, like, definitely really liked that course. I was gonna say, it's got a ton of plays on it. I'm assuming a society of some kind picked it up, so yeah, again, I also play with a short driver, but it's also CC. Like, I'm sure I'm not the only one playing with a short driver on CC. I could do Sapelo. I have done 3 playthroughs tonight, so maybe I think we'll do that. I think we'll pause the CC playthroughs tonight. We'll pick these back up tomorrow, and I think we'll do some other stuff on stream. So let's do that. Anyway, thank you for tuning in. For those of you in chat, I'll be back in just a sec. And for those of you watching this on VOD or YouTube, we will see you in the next episode. Till then, have a good one.